Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of HardPoint Theory. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about our top 5 most underrated players so far this season, or maybe just some players to keep an eye out on. We're going to go over the upcoming schedule this weekend and maybe make some predictions. Should be fun. Let's jump right in. The first player I have on my list today is no other than Jamie Insight Craven. He's been a mainstay on this Toronto Ultra team for about 5 or 6 seasons now. The past few years, he hasn't been the most reliable. I do also think this team fits him a lot better than past rosters. I think the addition of Muriel really helps with the pacing of the roster. I know it's been 3 weeks, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. It just seems like this roster is faster than previous Toronto teams. Probably has a lot to do with Joe Deceives. That kid's unbelievable, but we'll talk about him in a future video. He's doing everything you want to see out of Insight. You want him to do the dirty work. You want him to see him around a minute and a half, 2 minutes of hill time. And if he can keep this up, I really like this Toronto team going forward. I think they'll be able to compete with the top 3, top 4 teams, maybe make a run on Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out one tournament and go to a grand finals. They have the talent. They have the experience. It really just comes down to what version of Jamie are we going to get that day. And I also think he knows this and understands it. His back's against the wall. There's been rumors the past couple off seasons of replacing him. So this is his time. This is his moment to prove that he should be on this roster. In worst case, if it's almost his time to go, then at least put on a good showing and get picked up for another team. And I know he knows that his back's on the wall. This is a do or die year for him, make or break. And that's why we got him on the list. We love a good underdog story. We'll keep tabs on him throughout the season and make sure he's not dropping stinkers. With that being said, we got 2 other players to talk about, so let's dive right in. So this video kind of took a turn for the worst. I was midway through recording and Roster Mania hit, and I was like, I can't do underrated players and talk about their teams, because what if one of these players ends up getting dealt or moved midway through the year and this list just isn't good by the time you guys watch this in a few days before Major 1 qualifiers pick back up, some of these players might not be on this team anymore. So it basically turned into, I got to pick a little bit more proven players. First guy was Insight. I already saw his name, like Toronto's already in rumors, and I was like, who's going to go? If anyone's going to go on Toronto, it was going to be Insight. So now we got to hope for the best. So with that being said, the first player I want to keep an eye on this year, or I guess not first player, but one of the players I want to keep an eye on this year is no other than Snoopy. His level of play has really been picked up as of the past couple events dating back to Black Ops 6. I feel like his arrow has gone a lot better on the map, his decision making, because that was always a knock on him. He has the talent, but what's he going to do on the map? Is he going to make the right play? And if he can keep progressing and putting up good stats, not good placements, but competitive placements, and being the reason why his team's competing well, it could go a long way for him and eventually getting on, this could be a stepping stone team for him, and he could get, not that he would end up on Optic, but eventually you want to get on Optic, FaZe, Toronto, Thieves, like those are the premier. I would even throw Heretics in the mix. Like those are the premier franchises you want to be on because they pay a little bit more. So this is a big season for him. So let's definitely keep an eye on Snoopy. And now we got one last player to talk about. The next player I want to talk about today is no other than Simp. This might sound crazy because he's arguably been the best player in the CDL era, but this is a huge year considering Cell and Abizi both left in the offseason. I think the back-to-back 5th place placements at Champs was kind of like the nail in the coffin for them. I also think that 850k getting thrown in your fucking face by the Riyadh Falcons, like anyone's leaving for that money. Fuck, I'll go to hell for that money. You're telling me I do a lot of fucking things for 850k, and so I can't even blame selling him for leaving. I also think he wanted his own thing. Probably saw Pred over there. I'm gonna make good money. I'm gonna play with Pred. Give it a year or 2. I'm sure other stars will want to get paid, so it made sense for him to leave. Abizi, he's kind of ring chasing a little bit. I mean, it makes sense. It's the second best team, like before the season started. Outside of Optic, they weren't changing. If it wasn't the Falcons, he was only ever going to go to the Thieves. So I wouldn't even say it's ring chasing. It's just, he kind of just joined a super team. But I mean, he's earned that right. He's, you know, like, you know what he's going to give you. He's going to give you first bloods and a positive KD. And he's going to do the dirty work. It's like, you're paying top dollar for that. So this will be an interesting season for Simp because this is a new era for him. We can finally see him play free, get back to what made him so good in Modern Warfare 2019. Honestly, I don't even think it's a hot take that he could win MVP this season. I think his numbers are going to go crazy. They've been crazy so far. I think he's got like a 1.4 KD on the season. No, he's got a 1.4 S&D KD and then a 1.3 overall KD. So he's going in fucking insane. So it's definitely a player we want to keep our eye on this season and just someone that's going to be fun to watch. With that being said, we got a ton of matches this weekend. Let's look at them and see who we got. All right, let's get into this. After a 3-week break, 3 long weeks, CDL, you know what they give us? The Odd Falcons versus G2 Minnesota. I don't know why I'm saying G2 Minnesota. Minnesota Rocker. Falcons are 2-2. Minnesota's 1-2. They're gonna be 1-3 because they ain't winning this shit. Falcons are gonna snake the fuck out of them, and they're not winning. Got Falcons 3-1. Last match of the day. We only got 2 matches tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Friday. Got Miami versus Carolina. Carolina is 0-2. Miami is 1-2. They had a tough schedule. Miami's gonna be 2-2, 3-0. DoorDash. Don't even need to talk about this. We got Optic versus FaZe. I could see Optic slipping up here. I don't know why. I think if they lose map 1, could be a series. If they win map 1, I think it's either a 3-0 or 3-1. Then we got Vancouver versus Boston Breach. I don't even think Vancouver's won a map this year. So they're 0-4. Boston Breach is going to win either 3-1 or 3-2. Or 3-0. I wouldn't even be surprised by that. After that, we got Paris Gentlemates versus Cloud9. I got Paris Gentlemates 3-0. And then Sunday, first match of the day on Sunday, we got the fucking Shitter Bowl. Carolina Royal Ravens versus G2 Minnesota. I got G2 map 5. That might be the most entertaining series of the whole weekend. 2 shitters. Then after that, we got Vancouver versus Optic. That's 3-0 body bag. To round out the weekend, we have LA Thieves versus Toronto Koi. I think I got Toronto in this matchup. I think they win 3-1. But that's depending on how checked LA Thieves is. If they took the time, took the break, and worked on some things, improved their search, you could see this going map 5. If they win 3-0 and dominate Koi, all is forgiven, Kenny plays well, then everything's fine and dandy. We don't even need to worry about them. But if Toronto comes out and wins 3-0, 3-1, convincing fashion, Kenny drops a 0.7, things could get hairy, could get interesting. Definitely think it's going to be a fun weekend. I really appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. Just bear with me. Editing's still going to be dog shit. I'm still going to fuck up when talking. I'm going to edit out the sneezes, the coughs, be stuttering like a fucking idiot. Keep it in. Keep it real with you guys. Because, you know, I just want to talk about this stuff with people. I don't really talk about esports in the real world. And this is like my outlet to get it off my chest and connect with people and hopefully have a good time. Disagree with anything I said in this video or you want to talk, just comment down below and we can have a conversation. That being said, thank you guys so much and until next time.